Whew. Excuse me, y'all. Don't want to talk with gum in my mouth. Got a trifling. But it's your man Rico the Opinionist. Please like, share, and subscribe. We're almost there. We're trying to reach that 12 or 1,500 subscriber mark. We're almost there. Thank you. Logging on and listening and sharing and subscribing. Thank you so much. I want to just share my thoughts really quickly on this whole Senator Cory Booker and his filibuster he did recently, and all of the cheering, and I guess he broke a 25-hour filibuster record. And then people are talking about the history of that and what the purpose of the filibuster and all of those things. And I see, you show black Americans just, yay, way to go, Cory. Yay, way to go, Cory. He's being cheered on by the Democratic Party. And so I'm still trying to see, what prize do we get as black voters? Where's the prize from his district? And I guess New Jersey, where he's from. I'm trying to see what's the benefit, what's the prize? It seemed like it was just something that was good for him, because we hadn't heard from him in a long time since he put up that picture with those those pink Hoochie Daddy shorts on. And I really hadn't heard anything from him since, well, I think he's been out since he tried to push out that actress to pretend that it was his girlfriend or fiance when he was trying to run for president. And then she announced, what was that? I'm about to say her name. Just picked her out somewhere so he can say he got a girlfriend or fiance. And she announced to the world that she's bisexual. Get out of here. Y'all know who she is. And so, all of a sudden he comes out of nowhere and he does it. I can imagine what he was saying for 25 hours. And so this is the strategy that the Democrats have decided to take on, I guess, to call themselves the fight against Trump's madness. Get out of here. We had to live through 4 years of y'all madness with the Biden and Harris administration. We had to live through 18 million, just open the borders wide open. I mean, y'all just letting illegals in. They went straight to the black neighborhoods. We had to live through these Democratic mayors siphoning all of the resources from those black neighborhoods to give to them. We had to live through the Democratic 4 years of Democratic presidency of them giving billions of dollars to Ukraine, while black folks still making demands in these black hoods and black neighborhoods across America. We had to live through all of that. Live through Democrats basically just put black folks on just mute those whole 4 years. And y'all talking about we have to fight against Trump's tyranny. What did America have to fight through for those 4 years? We had to fight through trying to make sure that parents were involved legally in their minor children lives when it comes to their sexual orientation. We had to fight through men with mustaches and beards being allowed to play in girls' sports and be in women's locker rooms and women's bathroom. We had to sit through tampon Tim, putting tampon machines in boys' bathroom. We had to sit through all of that. And so he gets a blue ribbon for being able to stand up and talk for 25 hours about nothing that never benefited black folks. I'm gonna say to the black voters out there who still hell-bent on following this weird political party. And by the way, the Libertarians, Green Party, Republican Party, they're no better. One thing about these folks, they don't try to push none of that nonsense that the Democratic Party is always trying to push on this country, and is always trying to push along with the gaslighting on the black community. They don't try to push this LGBT nonsense, this trans nonsense. They don't try to push none of that on us. And I swear, if you don't have to do a deep investigation, a deep dive into the majority of those damn Democrats. I'm telling you, they play for the other team, because you can't be normal. You can't have good mental health and to think that it's okay for men dressed up like Tootsie or Joanna Man going reading, having reading hours at elementary schools. You got to be out your damn mind. And so now, Cory Booker is being celebrated for some nonsense, in my opinion. Because that seems to be the strategy. You're not going to do give any tangibles to the black voters. And I'm saying black voters because black folks vote over 93 to 94% in every election. And they never get anything for their votes but a bunch of symbolism. And here we go again. This was just symbolism. There was nothing tangible about it or tangible about it. It was just for him. So he's all on the talk shows now, like he did something so great. Cory Booker. Well, I'll let the people in your district let you know. But these other Democrats that represent these majority black districts, what y'all celebrating about? Y'all haven't done a goddamn thing for black folks, your black constituency, in 60 years. So what are y'all patting Cory Booker on the back for? He didn't do anything significant. What I think is just more deflection. There's more purposely ignoring the black voters. And so they made Elon Musk and Trump their main thing instead of job growth and economic growth in these black districts. I'm telling y'all, you gotta be out your mind. They still try to vote Democrat. You haven't noticed that all these Democrats, the only thing they seem to be concerned about, that they're crying on TV about Simone Sanders and on her show, and all they seem to care about is what happens to anybody other than black people. I mean, they're going hard in the paint. These Democratic politicians have had sit-ins, and they've held their vote. They stood up and tried to yeah on behalf of illegal immigrants. But they don't ever go that hard for the black voters, the people that make it possible for them to even be elected. And to let you know how much they appreciate you, they spent the last 4 years opening up the borders so other people can come in to replace the black vote. And y'all don't think benign neglect is a real thing? And then you want everybody to focus on Trump. When the fox is in your hen house eating all your chickens. Yeah, Trump might be the wolf to a lot of people, but y'all letting the Democratic fox come in and eat every chicken and every egg it has laid in your chicken coop. And he with that fox grin, hey, I'm here for you. And so, as far as that, hold on. As far as that Cory Booker nonsense, there was nothing to celebrate. When I look around, you know, the black community ain't moved now one iota forward or progressed one iota forward because he did that thing that was for him. That filibuster was for him. And it's still not going to change anything. We're still not voting y'all back in 26. Not at all. So y'all done use y'all platforms to get all these people riled up. And it's not us, it's those other folks. Riled up and protesting all over the country for what? The stuff that they benefited from. It's funny. And you look at the crowds, ain't none of us out there, thank goodness. There's a bunch of very people who benefit from DEI, and all the other things. And one thing about us, as a group, you know, we just like, hey, y'all can handle that. So, I can't help but make observations. What is it that we continue to see in this party? For those of you who say, well, Rico, man, you always on the Democratic Party. You don't never say nothing about the Republican or whatever because of this fact. We don't vote Republican, remember? We vote over 95%, 94% for Democrats, Democratic candidates. So why wouldn't I be on the Democratic ass? That's where our expectations are. That's where our hopes and dreams are. Got it? So you can just save that comment. You're going to have to start checking these folks. Good job for those of us who already left that Democratic plantation. We need about 40 to 50% more of you to leave that Democratic plantation, go to other places. And then learn how to maneuver or barter with your vote. We've been automatically giving that vote to this little lame party all this time and get nothing in return. So, Anybody that's celebrating Cory Booker, I want to know why. Tell me what was the big significance of that as it relates to us. Now for Cory Booker and his fellow Democratic compadres, oh wow, that was awesome, man, awesome. And still there's benign neglect being practiced as it relates to black voters and black constituents across this country. Nothing. And the inner city, that's mainly what I'm talking about. Nothing. One thing about the Democrats, they know how to give good speeches, but nothing. No tangibles, no money, no new structures. A lot of these black neighborhoods are food deserts or don't have grocery stores, don't have any of that stuff. But then we're supposed to sit right here and celebrate with a mulatto that wears pink hoochie daddy shorts. Supposed to be so proud of, be happy about. Y'all crazy. The days of symbolism are gone, Democratic Party. Y'all got to bring tangibles. Anyway, look, my Cash App is on here, $ RicoRiversMSW. And I'll talk to y'all later on the next video. Y'all be cool. Peace. I'm gonna enjoy the rest of this beautiful evening. I'll talk to y'all later. Peace.